I would like to begin this video by first explaining how the slot machine actually works. So whenever someone drops an item into this hopper, the amount of items in it changes from 22 to 23, which causes this red comparator to give a redstone output with a signal strength of 2 instead of 1. Then this redstone torch will turn off. This will turn on, which will power this dropper, dropping one of these 6 items into that hopper. So whenever it drops a stone sword into that hopper, which is an unstackable item, this redstone comparator will give a redstone output with a signal strength of 3, which is enough to power this dropper once again, and will also power the rotating wheel right over here in the front, as well as the tracking wheel, which keeps track of what block is displayed in the front. But whenever this dropper drops the stackable item into that hopper, the redstone comparator will only give a redstone output with a signal strength of 1, which isn't enough to power this dropper once again, so this rotating wheel will stop working. And eventually all of these 3 wheels will stop working one by one after they've dispensed their stackable item. And when that happens, the redstone pulse extender right over here will turn off after a few seconds, which will then create 8 short pulses which will run through these tracking wheels. And those 8 short pulses can only get through if all of the tracking blocks, the solid blocks, are aligned, as redstone pulses cannot go through non-solid blocks such as glass. So right now, this tracking block is in the first position. This one is also in the first position, but this one is in the 4th position. So that means that we would have to give the middle one more redstone output to make the display the iron block, and to move the tracking block in the 3rd position. So now if we were to give this an update, the 8 pulses can get through as all of the tracking blocks are aligned. So then those 8 pulses will then activate this first dropper 8 times to make it drop 8 iron blocks, and will also play some cool sound effects. And that's about it, so let's just start with the tutorial. So for this build you will need a 10 by 16 area, which is also the floor level of this build. And over here you want to place in 5 temporary blocks. So you can place in a sticky piston facing in this direction. And right over here a solid block with a regular piston on top. Over here a no block with a glass block right underneath it to make it nice sound effect. Then over here you want to create a staircase of 4 solid blocks with a line of redstone dust on top. An observer facing towards this line of redstone dust you just made. Over here some half slabs. Also in a staircase formation. Just like so. Then 3 more solid blocks. An observer looking at this solid block. A redstone lamp right underneath this solid block. From redstone dust. On top of all of these blocks. Over here a sticky piston. And right over here a regular piston. And now it's time to place in your prize blocks. So for the 4th prize I've chosen the iron block. The 3rd prize is the gold block. The 2nd prize is the diamond block. And the 1st prize is the emerald block. So then you want to start in the corners with your 2nd prize. Then your 3rd prize. Your 1st prize. And in the middle your 4th prize. And now you can try it out by powering this piece of resonance right over here. And as you can see, the wheel starts rotating. Now before we can move on to the 2nd part, make sure that this block right over here is the 4th prize block. And if that's not the case, update this rotating wheel a couple of times until that block is in this position. Now you want to place in some half slabs right over here. Just like so. Then 6 solid blocks. And 1 more solid block right over here. Then over here a piece of redstone dust. A redstone repeater, so now 1 tick. And some more redstone dust. Then on this side you want to place in a regular piston. An observer looking at that piston. A solid block. And another regular piston. And on the other side you want to place in a sticky piston with a block on its face. Another regular piston. An observer facing in this direction. And one more sticky piston. Now in this corner I want to place in a solid block, as well as over here. Then 6 non-solid blocks such as glass. Now if we were to give this an update, you can see the third price block right over here. And then the tracking block should be in this second position. Now for the final part, you want to get over here to place in a redstone repeater and a 1 tick. A sticky piston with a block on its face. A piece of redstone dust. Then over here, a redstone comparator. A dropper with a hopper running into it. Then I put 5 unstackable items into this dropper, such as tools or armor. And 1 stackable item. Then 3 solid blocks. A piece of redstone dust right over here. 2 redstone repeaters, both on 1 tick. 2 solid blocks. And 2 pieces of redstone dust. Then we can give this dropper a quick redstone update. And as you can see, everything works fine. Now with this knowledge, you should now be able to make 2 more of these slices. Now I go over here to place down 2 blocks. And a redstone torch. Then 7 more blocks. 6, 7. And a line of redstone dust. Then on the side of this block, you place down a redstone torch. Right over here, a redstone repeater and a 1 tick. And another one. Another redstone repeater. Some more blocks. A redstone comparator, 2 pieces of redstone dust. Another repeater. A redstone torch. A chest. And a hopper running into this chest. A hopper running into this hopper. And a hopper running into this comparator. Then in this hopper you put 4 secret items. And some cookies, which the player has to pay to use this machine. And you put that for real in there to prevent people from dropping junk into your system, such as dirt or other unwanted stuff. And now we can place down a carpet on top of this hopper. And an item frame with a cookie. Now you get over here to place down some more blocks. And some redstone dust. And a comparator facing in this direction. And another one facing in the opposite direction. Then 2 redstone torches. Some more blocks right over here. Redstone dust and 4 redstone repeaters, also on 1 tick. And 4 more right over here. And some more. And the final 4. And those run into these blocks. With droppers on top. With over here your 4th prize. Your 3rd prize. 2nd prize. And 1st prize. Then some no blocks for some sound effects. Then you click this one 7 times. 14 times. 21 times. And 24 times. Then over here you place some more redstone repeaters. This one over here is on 1 tick. This one's on 4 ticks. 2 ticks and 2 ticks. And over here, a cobblestone block or a stone block with another node block. Some more blocks. And some redstone dust. And over here, some more node blocks. You click this one 10 times. And this one 14 times. And over here, if you have ice, you can place down some ice blocks. But if you don't have ice, you can also use regular blocks. Then over here, a sign. Some more blocks. And finally, water over here. And finally, by adding some decoration, you should end up with something like this. Over here you can see another example of what I've made using this slot machine by adding some extra creativity. And this one has got 3 different prizes, which are the iron ingots, golden ingots and diamonds. And if you do want to know how I've built this one, it's pretty much the same as the previous one, but you can still check it out on my server and the IP will be in the video description. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, and if you do have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments down below. And I'll be sure to answer them as quick as possible. So, I hope to see you in my next video.